Okay, I think I'm recording. So let's continue with problem number 5. Now, I actually edited this video. You'll never see it, but I made a mistake just a moment ago on this problem, and I'll point out to you it's just a mistake that I made because I'm getting tired and I wasn't paying attention to what I'm doing. So if you haven't gotten enough sleep or if you're being distracted, then you're very likely to make an error just like I did. It's easy to do. You want to try to eliminate that. Now, let's take a look at this. We've got Sumali made a nut mixture that contains 60% peanuts, by mixing together 12 kilograms of mixed nuts that contain 42% peanuts and 18 kilograms of a different brand the second brand of mixed nuts contains what percent of peanuts? So that's my X. I don't know what percent that is. Now, if I have 12 kilograms and I add to it 18 kilograms, then my final mixture has a weight that's 30 kilograms. So I've set this up now, I believe, correctly. Let's take the concentration times the weight, 0.42 times 12. X times 18, I'm just going to write it as 18 times X. And 0.6, I'm rewriting 60% as a decimal times 30. And I think right there when I was copying it down, that's where I made a mistake. I put 0.60 times 3. I didn't copy the 30 down correctly, and I got a negative number and I couldn't understand why. So I paused the video and looked at it and was like, don't make those silly type of mistakes. All right, so let's go to a calculator and let's take 0.42, the 42% of 12. I'm getting 5.04. Let's take 60% of 30. I'm getting 18. From this 18, we're going to subtract the 5.04. Now we're going to divide by 18. And I'm getting that X is 0.72. I forgot to write down my 12.96. All right, so 0.72 means 72%. Let's come in here. If this is 72%, 42, 72, 60 is between 42 and 72, so it's reasonable. You know, there's no contradiction here. So we have the Sumali I'm thinking of my previous. Boy, I am not thinking. All I have to say is that the second brand is 72% peanuts, or is composed of 72% peanuts. Or all right, let's take a look at number 6. Adam made a mixture that contains 60% peanuts. Here's the mixture that he made. How did he make it? 12 kilograms with 6 kilograms Now, I need to be careful here. The 12 kilograms, they don't give me the percent of peanuts. That's going to be my variable. Now, the 6 kilograms, it says 6 kilograms of peanuts. That's not a mix. That's pure peanuts. That is 100% peanuts. Okay? And if we have 12 kilograms and we add 6 kilograms, we'll have a total of 18 kilograms. So we take the concentration times the weight. We've got x times 12, or you can write 12 times x. 100% as a decimal number is just 1 times 6. The 0.60 is 60% written as a decimal. I have one equation and one unknown, and I can solve for this x in just a couple of steps. So let's do it on the calculator. On the right hand side, 0.6 times 18, 10.8. If we subtract 6 from that, now we divide it by 12, and we'll have our answer, 0.4. So 40%. The mixed nuts contained what percent of peanuts? The mixed nuts, because see, this one was 100%. The mixed nuts was 40% peanuts. By adding 100%, we increase that concentration from 40 all the way up to 60. All right. Castile sells 25-pound bags of mixed nuts. Here's my 25-pound bag. That bag contains 52% peanuts. Half of the nuts in here are well, a little more than half. 52% are peanuts, 48% are not peanuts. To make this, he adds peanuts to brand A. So, how much of each does he combine? Peanuts are 100% peanuts. Let's have that be X pounds. I don't know how many peanuts we're going to add to make this. Now, this brand A is 20% peanuts, and Castile, he's going to increase that and make that more peanuts. If you really like peanuts, you're going to like Castile's 25-pound bag. Now, how much of this, if this is X pounds, then this has to be 25 minus X pounds. Because if you add these together, you have to get 25 pounds. So through the day, enough people were asking me about this. Suppose you didn't think of that. Suppose you didn't know what to refer to this. This is unknown. So you just said, well, that's X pounds. I'll call this Y pounds. I don't know what it is. Okay. But what you do know is that if you add X and Y together, that's the total weight, and that should be 25 pounds. Well, let's subtract X from each side, and we have that Y is the same thing as 25 minus X. Everywhere you see Y, you can come in and replace it with 25 minus X. So now, when you add these together, the positive X and negative X cancel each other out, and you have a total weight of 25 pounds. For the equation that we want to solve, we want to take the concentration times the weight. 100% written as a decimal is just the number 1. 20% as a decimal is 0.2. I need parentheses around that. Everything inside here gets multiplied by the 0.2. And here I've got 52% of 25. Alright, so let's see what we have here. We've got 1x. What is 20% of 25? Maybe 5. Let's see. 20% of 25 is 5. Multiply that, distribute it to the next term. 0.2. Don't necessarily need the 0. You can write it if you want. And now 0.52 times 25 is going to be a little bit bigger than 12 and a half. 13. Alright, so 1x, take away 0.2x, leaves me with 0.8x. Take away 5 from each side, and that's 8. So x is going to have to be 10 to move that decimal point. 80% of the 10 is 8, so x is equal to 10. Now, when I shrunk that, it messed up my picture, but that's okay because we're pretty much done with it. Now, it said how much of each. So the x I called it was peanuts. So I have 10 pounds of peanuts. And 25 minus 10, 25 minus x, or 25 minus 10 is 15 pounds of that brand A. So when Castile adds these two weights together, he gets his 25-pound bag. 10 pounds plus 15 pounds, 25 pounds. The last one, we have brand X sells 18 pounds, 18-pound bags of mixed nuts that contain 67% peanuts. So 67%, 18 pounds. To make their product, they combine brand A with brand B. So what about brand A? What do we know about it? It contains 74% peanuts. That's brand A. And brand B contains 56%. So it makes sense that I have the right percent here on the right. 67 is bigger than 56 but smaller than 74. The concentration of my final mixture is always going to be a percent that's between the two original ingredients. How much of each do we use? So again, I have the freedom. I can call brand A X pounds, or I can call brand B. It doesn't matter which. If I call this X pounds, then over here is 18 minus X. If you add these pounds together, the plus X and minus X cancel each other out. And if I add these together, I get 18 pounds. This is my mix. Now, so let's set up our equation. 74% written as a decimal. 56% written as a decimal. And I multiply the concentration times the weight. Over here, concentration times the weight. One equation, one unknown. Let's see if we can step by step try to solve for x, and we can use the calculator to help us with this arithmetic along the way. 0.74x. Now I have no idea what 56% of 18 is. It's going to be bigger than 9 because half of 18 is 9, but let's go to the calculator. 56% times 18. 10.08 minus, and 67% of 18, almost 2/3 of 18. So what about around 12? 12.06. Alright, so let's combine our like terms. These x's, we've got 0.74 minus 0.56. We've got a coefficient of 0.18 in front of our x. Let's subtract 10.08 from each side. So we've got 12.06 minus 10.08. 1.98. We're going to divide that by 0.18. X is equal to 11. Let's see if that's reasonable. If this x is 11, then what we're saying, this 18-pound mixture bag is made up of 11 pounds of brand A, and 18 minus 11 is 7. So we've got 11 pounds of brand A nuts and 7 pounds of brand B. And if we add them together, we come up with this new mixture that is 18 pounds, and we'll have a percentage of peanuts of 67%. So they wanted, it said how much of each. We have 11 pounds of brand A and 7 pounds of brand B. All right, that's it. Talk to you later.